This is episode 82 of the Rise Up podcast. We're a morning radio show hosted by Steve, Terese, and Tim on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. Our podcast is a weekly conversation that will help you think and grow in your faith. If you haven't already, subscribe today so you don't miss a single episode, and find out more about our show at familylife.org.
Of course we're happy. You're here. Why wouldn't we be? Thanks for listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
We live in such a beautiful part of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you choose to live, though, if you could go anywhere? That's what we're talking about today on the Rise Up podcast.
Ooh, so the way I'm going to think about this question is like it can't be somewhere it can't be where I currently live. Like I can't say, I'm happy here, I'm staying here. The question's only fun if I've got to go somewhere else, and I'm going to say somewhere I haven't lived before. Now, generally, they say there's wisdom, right? In not vacationing somewhere and wanting to all of a sudden up and move there. But you both know that my wife and I and our little girl did spend some time in Ireland. And, they say,
there?
like, don't want to go to, don't vacate, don't want to move somewhere you've been on a vacation because the grass is always greener on the other side. But I will say, quite literally, the grass is so much greener in Ireland. Yeah, if I had to pick somewhere, I don't know. I like to, at least for the sake of conversation, like imagine it. Because the way of life in Ireland, I found in just our little under 2 weeks there, was really different. And I think people who have spent more time there would tell you the same thing. It's like a slower pace. Mm-hmm. And it's a simpler way of life. Like you don't go to one store for everything. There's no big box store. There's no You're not going to find a Walmart. You're going to go to a store for each thing. I love that. Like a small business where you ask somebody who owns the shop. Like you've got shops, you've got storefronts that aren't just cute little boutique things. They're like actually where people make their livings and where you get the stuff you need for life. So I like that simplicity. But I've also got to think if we look back over maybe the places we have lived, any of us, what did we enjoy about the place where we lived? Maybe we liked the convenience, but maybe we enjoyed the people in that region. Maybe we enjoyed nature in that region. And man, the people and God's creation in the Republic of Ireland and on the island of Ireland, just so beautiful. The people, so kind and beautiful. Their spirits and their just willingness to talk and tell you a story. And the beauty of God's creation there, where, the grass is super duper greener there than about on any other side of this globe. I'm at least going to entertain the thought of picking Ireland as my alt move if I was really pressed for one.
You said something in there that I didn't realize. I just never thought about it. You said there's no Walmarts or anything like that.
Not going to find
Not
one.
even like an O-Mart?
Not even an O-Mart.
The O-Marts.
O-Marts.
None of those. Nope.
No?
They wouldn't call it that there. Nope.
Okay. All right. Just a thought. That's just where my mind went. Where the question came up and my mind immediately went to a place I've been to 3 times. I couldn't wait to get there the first time because I heard so much about it. And I've been back twice. And it's solely because of the weather. And it's San Diego.
Oh, sunny
like
San
perfect
Diego.
there.
It's like perfect weather, like pretty much there's
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. There's a little fog in the morning. Mm-hmm. By 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, it's gone. Humidity is low. Oh, yeah, once in a while you'll get a little rain shower for here or there, but it's mainly just, matter of fact, the first time I went, I'm walking down the street. There was a few of us there, and then we ran into some people, and we're just chatting with them, and I'm like, I was just so amazed with the weather because it was my first time there, and I was like, wow, this weather's amazing. Oh. I didn't know these people were actually from San Diego and lived there. And then they looked at me and they go, yeah. It's like every day. Every day it's like this.
Okay, I've been to San Diego, and when I was there, it rained for 3 days in a row, and everywhere I went, everyone apologized.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were like, we're so sorry about the weather. And I was like,
It's the opposite of when I was in Ireland where it always rains and it was sunny, and they're like, you're getting our best weather.
So, yeah, I mean, I know weather's a thing, but it's very expensive to live in San Diego, which is why the question is, where would you live? Probably couldn't afford to live in San Diego, just my guess, because it's very expensive there. But boy, I love the weather. And yes, I love the seasons. Everywhere else I've lived, it had seasons, and they're to be enjoyed as well. But for some reason, somebody said, yeah, but you'd get bored. You'd get bored with the weather being 72 degrees and low humidity every day. I'm like, well,
nah,
I'd give it I'd give it a shot for a few decades to see how bored I am, and then I can always move back. So, yeah.
Oh, this is going to be one of those things where I'm afraid if I say it out loud, I'm going to end up doing it, and I think it's probably harder than I think. An RV.
Oh, no, I can see that.
Travel.
Okay,
No,
so
I can see
here's the thing. My husband loves road tripping. Like, we have gone to some pretty incredible things. And I know in the back of his head, he's always been like, we should do like the whole Route 66 thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, that would be fun. And I'd be okay with that. I love exploring new places. But the real reason I would love to be in an RV is as I've gotten older, this will happen to you, young Timothy. People who I love have moved. And you always say, oh, I would love to go visit that person. But when it comes down to it and you're planning a vacation, you don't go, hey, we're going to come stay at your house for 2 weeks. You just go someplace on vacation.
Right.
And I would never want to live in any of the places that we vacation in because we tend to go to warmer places. And it would be just way too hot to be there all the time for me. So for me, I would love to be able to visit people who have moved away and still have my own place to live in, to not have to pack up my things every night and move to a different hotel room or anything like that. And it got me thinking about what the Bible says about where we live. And I've often had this discussion with 20-somethings who are coming out of college and whether or not they should buy a house or rent. And it's like, well, if you look at the Bible and how God through history used people when he moved people, it might not be the smartest thing to buy a house if you think God is going to move you to someplace else. It's a lot easier to get out of a lease than it is to, move from a mortgage property. And so there's a part of me that also thinks it would be really cool ministry to just get to go to different places and encounter different people and have different conversations. And then there's the part of me that knows, even though I complain about the colds and the snow and, different things that I don't love politically about our part of the world, that I would probably end up just driving the RV right back to where I live now because it's what I know and what I've been used to for such a long part of my life.
You know what's neat? The first thing that jumped out at me, Terese, when you said the RV, and I thought, oh, what a great idea, because when we tend to travel, especially distances, many times we'll fly. Right? So you go from point A to point B or point C, and you'll be up in the air. Mm-hmm. But God has made such a beautiful world, a beautiful country, and there's so many wonderful, beautiful places in this country that I know I've never seen, and most people have never seen, because when they travel somewhere, it's in the air. With the RV, you actually get to see the places that God has made all over the place. So I think it's a great idea. Yeah. I'd like someone else to drive. I'd just like to sit in the back.
Scott will drive if we want to just take the whole show on the road.
Rise up on the road.
Yeah. Hey. Rise up in Utah this morning. Rise up in wherever you want to go.
San Diego, and then we'll put that RV on a boat and we will rise up in Ireland.
Yeah. I want to mention a bit, because I think it sharpened me spiritually. When we moved to New York from Oklahoma, our son was going into his senior year in high school. And so afterwards, I said to him, so, you've grown up in Oklahoma, you live there, now you live in New York. It's like, it didn't seem to affect him either way. I'm like, do you have a favorite place? Would you rather live in, which place did you like better?
Yeah.
And he didn't really seem to have much of a reaction. He kind of went, I don't know. It's like, it really doesn't, make any difference. This is all just temporary anyway. It's like you're wherever you are,
right.
and it's just temporary. We're only here just for a little bit of breath. And so whether it's Ireland or the RV or San Diego, that's all just a little vapor. We're going to be in heaven someday forever. Yes. And that's a great move. I'll move there any day.
Yeah, the weather is perfect all the time.
Feel free to stick around a while. We love it when you're here. This is Rise Up with Steve, Terese, and Tim on Family Life.
So it was 12th century France, and they're sitting around going, hey, what do you want to do now? It's like, hey, let's invent tennis.
Oh.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea. That'll be fun. All right, let's go. First game. Wait a minute. We don't have any rackets. That's what they said. Well, I don't know if they said that exactly.
They would have said it all in French, too, I guess. But
no rackets. Rackets. So they didn't have rackets to hit that ball back and forth.
Right.
So what'd they use?
Oh. Oh.
Bill from Ontario. I'm going to say like serving platters or plates.
No, that'd be fun. That'd be a great game. Though.
But, serving platters.
Oh, I see what you did there. Serving. That was fun. You didn't do that on purpose, did you? Serve.
Oh, I didn't even mean to.
Oh, no. But it's good.
Have you been told by many people that you're just a funny guy anyway?
Well, strange anyhow.
We like that here.
All right. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. But it's not the serving plates.
My name is Carrie, and I live in Dansville. They're bare hands.
They're bare hands.
Wow.
That is very, very good. We were thinking Tim and I were saying what did you say? You said
if they didn't use their hands, what else could they use? I said maybe, I don't know, pepper shakers.
Oh, oh, no, everybody was sneezing too much. They couldn't do that. You see what we did there? Because you don't have to laugh right now. You can wait till later today. Still there?
I'm here.
All right. Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that. I'm like...
I'm just listening to you.
Yeah, well...
That's us too. Yeah. Hey, you've got a Family Life T-shirt coming your way, and it will not make for a very good makeshift tennis racket, but you could wear it playing tennis.
That's right.
Facing a whole new day is a lot easier when you remember that God is in charge. You're listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
You're listening, and I waited to tell you this story because I didn't want you to become overwhelmed with a sense of responsibility. I mean, you tell people about this great opportunity, and there's a certain kind of person who's going to feel compelled. They've got to be the one. They've got to get in on it. Well, story's old now. I'm sure Mattel has already filled this open position at their company to be the chief Uno officer, the CUO, for those playing along at home. Yeah. They'll be getting paid $227 an hour to play the card game. That's $227 an hour to play Uno. Yeah, I mean, chief Uno officer. They are the chief after all. Right. Now, a job listing put up, like I said, a couple weeks ago. So you're welcome. I saved you. Yes, you know who you are, Uno Maestro. Mm-hmm. From feeling like you had to prove yourself to the world. Because you're the one. We know who you are. You're the one at game night. You're so eager to say, hey, everybody, let's play Uno. That's why we don't trust you. And we see that little glint you get in your eye when the reverse card comes into your hand. Oh. Yeah. Let's just say another reason we didn't share this, because we know how you are when you get to play Uno for free, let alone if they were paying you $227 an hour to do it.
Thanks for making us part of your morning routine. It's Rise Up with Steve, Terese, and Tim on Family Life.
Still getting used to my new wallet that I just purchased recently. And,
yes.
You get used to a brand new thing. And then it dawned on me. It's like I'm not very good at buying wallets because I don't do it very often. I can't even remember how long my previous wallet that I owned.
Keep them around a while.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm just guessing ballpark 10 years, maybe. I don't know.
It could be. Yeah.
Just
easily I could see that.
And then I'm thinking, I don't think there's anything else in my life that I use every single day that I only buy like once every 10 years. Now, I'm not talking about like appliances and things.
Okay.
I'm not talking
no
about
toasters,
no not
refrigerators.
Appliances. I'm talking about like, everyday things. I don't think there's anything. I can't think of anything else.
You use it every day.
Use it every day.
But you're only buying one like every 10 years. Wow.
Maybe, yeah.
There's got to be something.
I don't think so.
There's got to be something other than just a wallet that's like that.
See, about the only thing I can...
Right now, somebody's shouting at the radio saying, "But what about one of these?"
Okay, shout. Well, shout. Well, you don't have to shout. You can just call.
I'm Phil from Bloomsburg.
All right, Phil. Can you think of anything else?
Your keys.
Oh,
use them every day to open your doors.
That's right. Oh,
come on.
So, were you? What Tim said, is that true? Were you shouting at the radio, going, "Come on, guys"?
I wasn't shouting.
Oh,
but as soon as you said it, I'm like, your keys.
Your keys.
That's worse than shouting.
That's right.
You're so nonchalant.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Keys. Come on. You guys wake up early. You should know this. Keys, right?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
That's true.
Oh,
all right.
Phil, thanks for your help.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem.
I'm going to keep my keys in my wallet. Then I won't have to buy anything for...
Do that, and you'll be good to go. Hey, have a blessed morning.
You too.
Debbie McDonald, Freeport, New York.
So, what do you think?
A hairbrush.
Oh
well, there
some
could
of
be
some of us don't use one, but It's obvious why I didn't think of that. But I just use my hand. I just kind of do that. But that's perfect.
Shannon, I'm an Appalachian.
What do you think?
Well, first I was going to say mattress.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
real
legitimate.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
And then I'm thinking, well, you might say, well, it's a big, large problem. Then glasses. You can change the lenses, but not the frame.
That's true. That's
keep the same look. Yeah, there you go.
I'm Amy from Victor, New York.
What do you think? What else do we use every day that we'd only buy like once every 10 years or something?
When I met Jesus 48 years ago, someone told me to get to know him better, you need to wear out your Bible. So I get a Bible about every 10 years.
A Bible.
There you go.
Wow, I like that. I like that idea. Wear out your Bible.
Yes.
Wow, that's so cool.
Perfect.
I have to add to it. We've then adopted a new motto, and that is if you want kids in your community to learn and know Jesus better, you wear out your house for them.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Whether it's shutters on the outside or carpet on the inside, just give it all to Jesus and be a welcoming place for people to hear about him.
May the blessings of the Lord be with you in all that you do today. This is Rise Up on Family Life.